Fellers, that makes two. And welcome back to Clued Not Oxygen something. So, Walla Walla Wah, this thing was built, waiting for the dupe to run in. That's a Phlox. Hello! Quitter's mentality, I like it. Now, as you guys can obviously tell from what's on screen right now, I should have absolutely no issues pinpointing what I am thinking of. I made a liquid bottler. I mean, it says it right down here. Come on, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's the bottom of the screen. Over here. I did this off camera, it's the only thing. And then went for a food break, you know, a little energy break, because it's, you know, recording, it's not my job, and it's a hobby, and it's very fun. I enjoy playing video games, obviously, but talking to yourself for like 3 hours straight, alone, and it's barely a burden. But it's still one I would like to minimize because I have so much on my mind. That kind of adds up a little bit. Now, again, it's easy enough. But this thing has, well, I can siphon out a little bit. That's probably why my oil looks so bad right now. It's because they drained the source of it. There should now be more oil becoming available. That's not oil. Refined oil, more accurately. There's really no other things in petroleum, which is fun. So when this is done, it should pretty much all be fed into here. Especially since I'm going to turn you off. And I think we have enough plastic at this point in the game. Oh, what's that? 9.3 tons? It has barely gone down from the last one, and I built so much plastic. Nah, we chilling. We're chilling. Also, this would reset if I close the game, so you can tell I've done this all in one day at least. I only have, wow, we use a whole 5 gaskets. Seriously, what's the point of adding gaskets? I remember I showed my content to someone else, and they're like, oh, what are these gaskets you're making? What do they do? What's so special about them? And I'm like, nothing. They're like the same amount of plastic, just different. It's strange. I forgot I had someone who flips shit. Huh. Interesting. Copper door, what? Alright. Now, dupes, this needs to be run. No power. No power, more problems. No problems, no power. It's not looking good. And this thing is out of wood. Which is strange. It should have a lot more wood in it. Unless we're just like haphazardly out of wood, which would be actually horrifying. But I've been worried about wood for so long, I doubt it's really even a problem anyways. I'm probably on the list, yeah, it is. Hint. Excuse me. That's a lot of polluted dirt. Yeah, so wood is plentiful. We just don't want to move it. Fair enough. These do produce heat, actually a non-zero amount. But like, no one actually acknowledges the heat production of compost. It's like, who cares? It gets done when it gets done. I'm not gonna beat myself up over composters. The output temperature is within safe limits. Wow. Yeah, this thing is definitely not running fast enough. Keep in mind, it's basically only running because of this whole design here. Oh. These are lead cables. They should be made of tungsten. Wait, no, that's a petroleum pipe. Oh, I must have got some contaminants in it when it got too cold. Yeah, right. And again, that's not leaking the most heat. I mean, if I open the wall up, all this will be drained, so... like, this will all escape, and then this will have to be vacuumed out again. I could add mesh tiles, but that would add a thermal barrier, but But I'll say it. The other reason I got to that idea is I'm like, the mercury here is in direct thermal contact with the generator. So I'm like, it probably would be beneficial. You know? To have it pump right into the generator. I know this thing's probably dealing with temperature, or... that's hot. Never mind, it's not hot enough. This thing's overdrawing. This thing is in modification time zone. More dupes. Not more dupes, but more stuff. This better be fixed by the time I get back. Russ. Dupes. 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 Those plates aren't gonna fix it if it's gonna keep getting hotter. Who let the flyroid do it? I now know why this thing's overheating. Space mission. Is it there? Oh, that's unfortunate. And just kidding. Welcome back. Don't even think about it. Cool, I always wanted a robot arm. That's going on the fridge. What about the okay? So this has a lot in it, right? Yeah, plenty. I'm gonna say stop putting water in here. And if we really so much just need more, we'll clean out the mercury and we'll start piping in the water, because we can recycle this water, mind you, if it condenses down here. Do keep in mind this is currently venting to space. Now I know it's spaced out. The petroleum engine has its own inventory, but I guess not here, huh? Interesting. Zombie spores. Yeah, those masks needed. Speaking of needed, they're all being dumped when they come down here, right? Down here? They should be getting dumped. This whole thing needs a redesign, I'll be honest. So now this is consistent power, I don't care. I'll drain this, and yeah. Actually, I want to keep that in there. Because if that gets out, that will spread zombie spores into the base. Not a good thing. Alrighty. More is what I think is a good idea. More, that is correct. Zero atmo. Would it be possible to increase? Low iron. These used to be only copper base. Happy they changed their mind about that. Iron, iron, iron. Jeez, these things have fallen so behind, or there's just not enough iron. Steel, on the other hand, looks 0. Not very good, I guess. Things taking up all of our steel. Oh boy, you know it. Got 1,000 steel down. That is insane. If you're able to build this monument all in one shot, you clearly were planning around that. So I feel like this should be like in this state until it is done. No power. Weird. Oh no, it is starting to receive power. Okay. It'd be super cool if we can get these remote workers And then I can basically have Bionics teleport themselves down into here. Yeah, I know where this is. But like, what's our gunk level like? Because like, it was temporary. 0. You know why it's at 0? It's because we're turning it all into the gunk things. Medicines, no. 75 units of Gear Bomb. That is too much in rotation. Forbidden. No more fresh oil for any Bionics. Suffer well. Let's see to get the Depeche Mode versions. On my content of all things. Yes. Spin the wheel. What? Specifically requested more than that, no? Did I do it backwards or something funny? It's a real sure if I did. Would personally like a little bit of pressure to build up inside. Could be nice. 0. What happened? Also, I don't know why I got a mod here to give this a better tolerance. As you can probably imagine, it's a little bit, the scaling limits are a lot. What's this thing's max? Do I not have a mod? No, not 10,000, only 1,000. We good? Chill? We chill. Okay, something weird. We actually do have enough oil intake for this, which is awesome. Not the most glorious job, but it's an important one. I also want to be like, what if I put a light in here, you know? Illuminate the workspace? I don't know if that's a good idea, because this is rated for 2. If I can somehow increase it over 5 kilograms, this one's gonna get jittery. My system, thank you. Consistent. One item in here I wanted. Lead. Nice lead bin for everyone to go to instead. Iron is good. This is good. It's crazy how this comes out at a high temperature and it's like, yep, it's ready for pumping. Although one thing is, this thing should be on this side. Right on the line there. The main thing I just don't want to have happen is for this to touch anything, because that's going to be really bad. Mainly this. Because the temperature shift plate, as you can see here, is like twice as firmly conductive, which is a huge problem. This water's not great. I'd love to get rid of it, but I'm going to be bleeding heat if I do. I think just this is bad. There are ways, though. There are ways to do it in this game. Why is there water? There's not supposed to be water in this system. The reason why I want to put this in mesh tiles, right? So if I can put that into a mesh tile, the water will not be able to touch the tank and lower the pressure or temperature, while also being in a safe enough area to where it's essentially I'm making it less of an issue. Kind of like in our first tank, because this is in an insulated corner. This water is doing nothing. It's been just like this since it was put there. I'm going to try to mimic it here. Now I know this is on tiles, but as you can probably have seen already, this is on tiles and it doesn't count because it's in a vacuum. And that's because in this game, buildings do not transfer heat to tiles. They transfer it for thermal medium, such as carbon dioxide or water. Piss. That's just normal ice. That is some yellow ice. Wow. I guess it makes sense. Water freezes at a lower temperature. What? Out. Dude. Dude, you can leave, you know. Oh, I see. Dupes. I'd like to request a change of opinion. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get the memo. This is more important. Why is the first thing you do is try to leave? Take it off. I didn't account for the 1 or 2 dupes who would have been stuck down there. Do not escape. I gotta watch this like a hawk. Off. In. There's one guy who's incapacitated. Can we please get him to the medical? Okay, you know what? That's kinda... yeah, that works actually pretty well. Thank you. Liam. Your mask's still on. I know you're like near fatally injured. But like, it would be so cool if you could just slide down here, climb all the ladders back up. Yeah, thanks, Liam. Real lifesaver there, bud. Don't worry about breathing either, it's extra weight. There you go. He's like, I'm so mad today. Robots can use that door, that's fine. No, sir. It's a robot door, that's a robot door. I'm gonna remove this all before I think the dupes can use it to some capacity. They cannot. I need to acknowledge that. Make that part clear to myself. If you're ever playing the game for yourself, remember, zombie spores affect bionics. Thank you, Harold. You've been relieved. 7 tons, good. Boom. Lot of crude oil. Lot of good crude. Anyways, it seems these long hair slicksters here are taking damage. Okay, it appears plans for tomorrow have been disrupted again. I'm starting to get progressively more angry about this because my deadlines are coming up. I'm not exactly what we would like to consider happy about it. What's in here? I know, I know. To be honest, this battery could just come down right now. Hi, Lindsay. It's not expecting you to come by here. And that's why. Let's just load these ammo suits, please. So I think I fixed the problem. These separate lanes literally make no sense. Now they don't. Before it did, but... Actually, this can have water in it, so that makes sense. Could put 2 more, but that might cause issues. Good heaven knows this needs to be any more problematic. Zombie spores, no can do, sir. Could have them come down here, that would work. Not really, this could be moved here, I guess it would. Nope, not while I'm supervising. Nice try. Guess that would make sense too, huh? Damn crabs. This game's a little crazy. This line should have a transformer in it. I mean, using copper is fine. Like, do you know how much we get from this? The answer is a lot more than you would really think. Or maybe not. But we have unlimited copper. We can build what we want with metal, as long as it's copper. Well, it's the only non-problematic one. Inhaling on the toilets will infect it with zombie virus. Yep, you see it all in this game. Phone. Do you think the pips know how to use it? Absolutely not. It's broken. What are you doing, buddy? It's a lot of knowledge. He gets knowledge and suddenly very sad. Probably should have warned someone about that, but he'll be fine. Just give him like a... Oh, not even just one day. And now until these spores propagate up past this unique building, we'll be fine. No, actually I'm thinking installing a liquid lock would be... That's a wall of abyssite. Give me many options, don't you? I want to install a liquid lock here. It's... Considering the germs and such, it's kinda gonna be necessary. So let me get that mapped out real quick. This is called an extra sure liquid lock. You know why? Because I'm extra sure everything about it will be fine. Realistically, I could seal this off, but in case there's no power, I want the deep seal to traverse. Do a little bit of shenanigans. I guess I could have used ladders, but eh. That's going all the way down. When I say all, I mean like all the way down. That was me. Let's watch it as it... Wow, terminal velocity is pretty high for that. Ouch. Why are you... Oh, you're flickering red because of zombie spores? That is a very small detail that you would not expect. Everything on the recording front is good. Has this been repaired? It has. I mean, that means the robot's gonna absolutely... Oh, I accidentally put my mouse in the sleeve of my, robe. That's kind of funny. Alright, the Flyroid now hates what I'm making it do, but... Yeah, you can't get sick, and I do mean that. But, yeah, it's still important. I get this at least dug out. I'm just really worried that those zombie spores are gonna somehow find their way into my main base. I guess I could have done 2 tiles, huh? Yeah, I was really worried zombie spores in the main base. That's what we like to call a certified oh no. I could probably skip out on like half of this if I just delete this tile, huh? Yeah, I could. And you can do diagonals like that for vacuums. Speaking of vacuums, this should be done. Should and is are different words. I should know. Get this done. I want this to stop being affected negatively. Thank you, Flyroid. And more rocket launching. I don't think they landed since their last refueling. That's fine. That's tall. I really wish it would tell you, like, you could set it to be at max fueling. No, you just have to sort of assume. It's like unironically unreachable. We'll tear down the entire rocket engine for 1 pipe. This is all that it will take to build it. Oops, you guys are nuts. Also, it's absolutely being lost to this monument, which really wants some steel, around 5 tons. It wants... should be done, actually. Wait, really? Oh, shit. We get the second piece of the monument. Boom. I think we could go for something a little bit crazier. What do you guys think? Food. Okay, that would be kind of fitting. Just eh. And to be honest, it really did most of the work here, to be honest. Giant wrench. I don't know. Just eh. What a beautiful monument this is turning out to be. You guys obviously don't have to be funny about it, right? Gotta. Something in the air, I think. Look, it's pretty. Midsection's only slightly prettier. No, there's nothing in the air. You sometimes see things, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, this area's not really infected. It's spreading up here. And it's touching, you know, plastic, so it's not very happy. Well, unless it's the CO2. But hey, look, barrier is in place. Oh no. You can't get past here. It's just a barrier. Did you already piss? No, it's fucking... Saw that. So now we're able to safely discharge everything back all the way down into this puddle of water. Fun, yes, fun. That's my favorite word to use in this situation. They mop up their literal shit. And continue on. Yep, this is why we have a petroleum shortage, folks. They keep dumping it on the ground. We frankly have enough petroleum. You know what? Actually, maybe we don't use this. Can we get this removed? Max, thank you. Ah, thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna use the new and ancient technique of, just putting a drainer on it. And we'll fill this thing to the brim with, you know, petroleum. That's actually kind of useful. We don't really want that done yet. I mean, hey, we can run this system, right? So it's good. No, we can't. That's your guys' problem. You need to run it more. The demand is just so high. See if things slickers don't get affected. And eventually, remote workers will be ours. So this thing is still filling. It won't cause an issue, but like, we can limit it a little, right? Yeah, I'm sure we can. Very well. So outputs 5, gets 5 in. We're getting the full 5 out, which is great. You better believe we're using it. Oh. Now, I'd love to make it like an automated oil refinery. And I could if I wanted to use some of that core heat we know and love so much. Yes, yes? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We could technically go down here and use this area to crack oil for 100% efficient yield. Which would be better. It's caused issues in the past, but to be honest, turning this into like a vacuum, no, maybe not that small. It's the only core shaft I have with, you know, good thermal conductivity. Honestly, I might prepare to turn this into an oil distillation setup. We'll see. Spinny doohickey. What I have in mind, right? A little something like this. Right? This is called a sad excuse. Do it right when you play, please. I don't believe you can just slap on a new bridge. Nope. How's this looking? Really bad. Petroleum has zombie spores. I believe it dies in liquids. All things considered, yeah, these seem to be fine. Okay, dupes, new assignment, dump petroleum. You finally get to do what you wanted to do this entire time. Now we're mainly going to use a transit tube system to get in and out. But Cosmic, this whole area here is exposed to zombie spores and anyone can breathe it. Good observation. Counterpoint. Yeah. But like, for context, it basically have to like duel. Like, realistically, the best idea I can come up with, right, is to put this in a basically hermetically sealed room with one of these going in and out, or another liquid lock, and basically force it to be a vacuum inside or something. Which really would not be ideal. But I don't really have any other options to go about it with, so... yeah, these sprouts. Is even a salt? Like a salt one. But it wants chlorine. Not much longer, I hope. And since we got the body of the monument done, engine. You know, you'd think I'd learned my lesson. Nope. No siree. Secondary scaffolding. To be honest, most of this is very low priority. Yo, Steve, how's your stress looking? Not bad? Maybe. Stinky's already doing enough. You are a fairly forgotten dupe, as it is. Farming is important, though. Wow. Congratulations, you can now do mission control, which means Lindsay here. Rocket piloting. Well, that's a lot of skill for not a lot of payoff. You're fine. I want you to be back a similar century, not, you know. You don't care that much. Get a scoop. The cosmic touch, you need to run power all the way up there. If I remember, yeah. Did I remember? Yeah. Unfortunate. But they're fast. Also, copper is like literally infinite, so I don't even mean that in like an understating way. It genuinely is. This won't have perfect visibility, but like, just have to see a rocket, and for that you can basically keep it fully entombed, and who cares? Egg, arm. I think it's a decent looking arm too. This got built already? Huh. Unreachable. It's unreachable. Well, the fly rod can hit it. Unless it has to be reachable for the fly rod to count. Which is a little bit dumb, but, you know. That or the fly rod is still trapped. Which is not true. Power outage? Uh-oh. But we have wood. What happened? You know, truth be told, I don't know where it went. And this is bad. If it was me, it was me. It takes a lot of wood, but still. Our trees are dead? Overheating.
Doesn't make any sense. Also, why didn't they ever move the greenhouse down here, you know, with all the other trees? Alright, nature, step aside. I am coming through for your trees. As I once heard when watching a video on if it's possible to beat satisfactory with only using biofuel, this is technically worse than burning coal because we're now attacking nature directly at the source. And I think they're being right about that. I'm gonna reveal every tree on the map. I mean, this was meant to keep out zombie spores. Yeah, ironically, this area is the only spot that's not infected by zombie spores. Like, it's genuinely the other way around. So, you know, that's kind of funny. But at the same time, this door can come down. Now, is letting all this oxygen pass through zombie spores a good idea? Shh, it's fine. But there's trees in here, and I want them. All badly because we are in a wood shortage, and this is a great way, like a great source of wood for the colony. Ignoring you. Would go up as well. Plan is we're going to be getting a lot of wood in the loop. Pressure. This is somehow worse than my base. Honestly, it's kind of impressive. And again, the idea pops into my head. But is it a good idea to really let them, like, you know, release oxygen which can contaminate with zombie spores into the base? But then I have to remember, not happening. I think someone actually just peed in there before they actually delivered any petroleum. I won't lie, I'm quite impressed. Oh, right. Well, that's because of this. Because the zombie spores literally cannot escape, which is good because there's already zombie spores. Oh boy. Yeah, look, there's zombie spores. Wait, have they been creeping into the base this entire time? Was I too late? Is everyone gonna catch a horrific infection? You know, I think that went in at exactly the right time to be useful. Okay. Okay, I think this airlock is here literally at the right time. That is so scary to know we almost had a zombie spore outbreak. Not happy. Okay, dupes, I am not too pleased with the results. What do you mean the power is out? Specifically requested the opposite, but I guess I've been trying to fix it this whole time, huh? Brother. Are you guys... Well, that makes sense, there's a rocket there now. Lindsay. This is your rocket. No destination. Can we go up? We can. There's now an astronaut assigned. Congratulations, Lindsay, on your promotion.
that's gonna have a lot more of a kick to it, huh? Sorry. I didn't get that much warmer, maybe. Oh yeah. Up it goes. The giant pillar. Long it goes. Considering it's in a vacuum, the plume's going horizontal. It's not that unrealistic. How's it feeling? Getting hit by a rocket? Moderate wounds. Yeah, Gizmo. I cast, go get some rest. You just got hit by a rocket launch. Oh, he's really not feeling it today. Oh. Where are my ladders? Did they instantly melt? Hello? Gizmo's here. Get comfy. We're gonna be there a hot minute. One of these ladders, people. Come on. Power grid shot still? Better believe it. It died at 30 kilograms per tile. That's a new one. Okay, so we have the wood. We're just not using the wood. Is there a problem with it? Is there? I don't see one if there is. Can't you accept automation? You can. Wonderful. We're going to need to do a little bit of tweaking. And I do not want this to run if we are having a space problem. Considering there's nothing here right now. Boop. There we go. Wait, why do I even bother with this? Couldn't I just leave it like this because it doesn't block the rocket? Yeah, why did I ever fix that? Oh, it's a tornado rock. I'm afraid I don't actually know the reference here. If you do, leave a comment. I'm asking you for viewer engagement, obviously. That rocks. What? Saw that. And the implication of them running through here and breathing this is, not good. Hopefully they're lazy. We got so much wood. Did we somehow get 55 tons just from this one forest? Impressively, we did. Wow. Huh? Okay, so this time it's not my fault. There's actually 2 plants here. I mean, sure, more power to you. This tree actually converts oxygen to, or CO2 to oxygen, so weird about it, okay. I wonder what would happen if I locked this, just out of curiosity, you know? Oh. Not doing it? Auto. Down here. Grabbing it. I mean, they are doing it. It's just, arduous. Yes. Arduous, the word I would use. Then he runs here, doesn't have power, so he runs all the way up before relapping. Yeah, that's pretty brutal, man. Reminds me, I should have a always green bin here around each of these, probably just containing a small trace amount of phosphor. Thanks for the reminder, dupes. One thing I should have done was put an airflow tile right here as a boiler tile, because that would flash to steam. Come on, dupes. A little itty bit of renovation to do. Does not connect. Sure. No, it does. Stubborn today? Stubborn. That's one thing I don't like. When you cancel it, it's like, I guess he doesn't want it that way. It's like, maybe I do, you know? Anyways. Something like everything in here needs to be max priority. Oh gosh, I just realized that this is going to let gas through. And all of these have turned off because it's literally not been running for so long. These batteries are killing the bionics, I just realized. Oh dear. We are going to have been accumulating these empty bags. How can we... Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Most of them are already in bionics, but that's not good. Whale needs to be solved. I don't know why their sustainability has dropped, but it has dropped, and oh boy, is it bad now. No one wants to come down here. I have no idea why. Need to do a sanity check, make sure all dupes can pass. No, no, no. What? No? Huh? Do you think if you pump zombie spores into here, it actually counts? Could be a way of dealing with that oxygen. And a very ironic set. They'll only pass. No, they wouldn't. Oxygen's been down for too long. Power plant, are these filled? Possibly even supplied? No, they are not. Why are the dupes doing anything but what they're supposed to be doing? Riddle me this. Why are they just neglecting the generators now? Come on, dupes. Come on, chips. They've never had an issue going into this area. I don't see why they would now.
They literally have no errands. And I knew this would come in handy one day. Down here we need to get these rebuilt. I don't know if it was like an update or a mod I installed or something that freaked out the game. Like, these are not being built correctly. What? But there's wood. Literally here. Okay, problem. You know what we do with problems? We make solutions, people. Is that fine? Totally. Do I want to put it down here? No, is there a better space I can put this? Also no. Is there a way we can fix this? Yes, actually. It's just a big ass ladder. Because it's cheap, and if you're not building on it, it's technically a mesh tile. Cool beans. Accounting for no losses. This is 300. This is 2K. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Honestly, it'd be better if the CO2 went down, I'm gonna be honest. Heat be damned. A few videos ago, I actually did some checks, and I'm like, wait, these are like just as efficient. So it's good, you know? We're gonna burn the wood the old-fashioned way. I never used these because I always assumed they were like 50% efficiency or less compared to doing ethanol distillation, but I realized ethanol distillation is a 50% efficiency loss, and these are at 100%, so this is at 50%, this makes 2K, these make only 1K. Honestly, I could leave this at 900. I'll aim a little higher, personally. But this is 1.2 kilowatts. This is good. Max, come on. Good job. I do like how they're being built with Cinnabar, that's kind of ironic. Finally doing the early game of this, huh? Not a clue why ethanol distillers are broken. That's probably why the power was out, though. Because they wouldn't run. That buffer lasted me like 3 hours, which is really impressive, actually. Way more valuable. But we're gonna burn it, because this just has fuel efficient, mind you. Or almost. You leave that on included dirt, and I think you make less CO2 or something? It's a weird thing. Get at least one going. This has like no purpose being here, right? The reason I'm putting it this far away is the CO2 it's putting out won't look pretty. So like, if it's not gonna make a good amount of CO2, then like, we'll just dump it somewhere. It's fine. That won't survive. Whatever. It's that sort of mentality where I'm like, well, we're optimizing for what may work, you know? This needs to be at max power. That is literally just a burn barrel.
What?
What, you guys remember that these just work all of a sudden? An auto sweeper would work here. All things considered, this would work. But I did not design this around having auto sweepers in place. So there's issues. Did it? It's not a portable power plant by any means, but it is consistent power. We somehow blacked out with fuel. I guess we ran out of fuel. Ethanol's here. Power is starting to recover a little bit. The dupes never forget to do this. Understood? I might even want a second battery down here for the sole purpose of monitoring. Also, am I at the point in the game where conductive heavy watt is cheaper than standard heavy watt? No, but since this is literally infinite, it's fine if I need to use it. We won't for right now. We're gonna put this at a very, very low level. Just to be like, hey, you know what, it's fine. This I'm presuming is pretty high, yeah, so if it falls below, it's gonna trip the emergency generators. Ah, boy. Well, hour and 25 minutes. It's not bad. Power no-go is what I'm gonna call this one. Power is a no-go, question mark. I mean, I did other stuff. I built up rockets, this thing, but the rockets... the scaffolding's ruining it, but whatever. It was not meant to look like. Wrench is tempting. It is. Or the bionic one. Actually, if this is broken, who cares? I know a much better disable building method. Yeah. Like, if why does this take power and stuff if you could just break it? This is dumb. No astronaut, no power, that's fine. Well, at least I said I did it right before I started cheesing it. Oh, that's bad. Data banks. Tree seed. Just an actual tree seed. Can we get this dealt with, please. Wristwatch. No one can know the time. It must go on the display. Zombie spores have been successfully contained, I presume? That would have bubbled right into the base and polluted everything. But I caught it right on time and flooded it with stinky, yucky liquids. Good. I don't know if you guys have ever seen what happens if your entire colony gets infected, but let's just say this playthrough would take an extra 10 times and be 10 times sketchier to actually do. If you think the power outage is bad, now imagine if this took multiple cycles to fix rather than just like 1 or 2. It's what we like to call oh no for uh-oh, bad. Anyways, this seems to have stabilized itself. Shut down the emergency power breaker. Just now going to enable that to go to the main grid. This should really be a large discharger because this makes a reasonable amount. Now, another thing I should have considered is the fact that this needs to be on the same wire grid. Now, if I was smart, I would have done something about it, but I'm not, so here I am after the fact, wiring it in. This could be all made of copper at this point. No, we have way more lead. Lead is just, it was added because they were like, oh, people don't want to find or use rock crushers, and it's great. What a pretty room. You guys better be enjoying this room. I made it just so you could enjoy it. Literally, that's the only reason it's here. I will demolish it if no one likes it. That's right. I like how I see some dudes like, oh, he means it, doesn't he? Yes, I do. I will actually level the room. And it will become absolutely your problem. That's going to be all for this video. Hopefully research gets done very soon. I'm realizing that it's going to take a lot of space data. Like a lot of it. That's not happening. But, you know, rockets are flying. Mission control is presumably a go. Boosted, grounded, love to see it. This thing is not up because there's no astronaut. That's a lie. I see Lindsay's ready. Doops. Doops. You, Gizmo, tell me your abilities. Okay, you're lying. Astronaut assigned. Lindsay, can you get in there? Who just pissed on the floor? Oh. Oh, it's you. I thought I was a bionic for a second because you're in the bedroom. Why is bedwetting a recurring problem? Are we actually out of dirt? No. What? Why? Why no bathrooms? Why are people urinating themselves? These have always been green, mind you. They should make there be a default. This is just gonna hold dirt for the bathrooms. You know what's the unfortunate thing? It's like when he tries to hide who peed in the bedroom from his peers, right? They're all robots. Like, they're all cyborgs. None of them pee like that. It's gonna be so obvious. Listen, I'm telling you, man, the truth is, I didn't do it. It's like, okay, none of us pee like that. What is your point? Aluminum? Why? Why aluminum? Iron. That's gonna be all for today. Like, in more ways than one, I have someone to go meet in like an hour. If I wanted to catch them for 11, that would be about 5 minutes. I'm late, Puff. Can you believe it? Me, time crunch, late? But hey, and our great monument is coming along quite nicely. Well, not really. This is just, we got down. Actually, we're pretty short on resources down here, but who knows? Maybe I'll make that oil thing. And then remote dupes. Well, for oil, okay, admittedly, kind of not great. And anyone else could empty this out. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. However, having a remote worker dock in here, so you can basically just teleport into each room, situated accordingly. That is cold. That could be good, because right now, there's only really one way in. And that's by tube or ladder. And both suck. I'll just say it, they both suck. And also there's zombie spores down here, so I wouldn't go down there if I were you. Ignore this one room in particular. And yes, that is all for today. I hope you guys have all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.